This week on the euro dollar, you can see that we've been moving down, and I feel like we're still in the middle of the down move, making new lows here for the weekly chart, and you can see all the wonderful zones playing out the way that they have. So I'm looking for this thing to continue on according to wave theory, and we just have to be patient because I feel like we're getting a little bit more of a pullback here. Looking right around that blue line right there. Looks like it's right around the 107 level for price to come down there, and or excuse me, for price to come up there, and then we will find a nice little drop from that point on. Okay, so that's the level that I'm watching here for the euro dollar on the daily and weekly charts. Let's go down to the daily and see what that looks like. Looking at the daily time frame, you can see that we have somewhat of the wave pattern thing going on here. And last week, we were thinking that the price is going to go a little bit higher than this. It did retest the purple zone here at the 106.23 level very nicely. And I'm looking for price to continue to come up just a little bit more. I would like, again, right around that 107, right where that wick meets the body of the candle, for price to come up into that region and then continue to push to the downside. So let's go ahead and take a look at the support and resistance here on the lower time frames. So what levels we can be looking for a little bit of resistance to be coming into place as the euro dollar does move to the upside this coming week. Looking at the 60-minute chart here, you can see prices come back down here, giving us just a little bit of a retracement back down. And I'm looking for price to start to hit some good resistance here at the 107.10 level up to the 108.73. So that's really where I feel like price is going to be turning around for us to begin with. So just waiting for price to move up there slowly. We are going to see a little bit of resistance here at the 106.56 level. So just looking for price to come back up into this aqua level just up above us, and then to find its resistance up there and to continue on with the downtrend. Over here on the dollar yen, you can see that price has moved from low up to high. We've had price move up here quite dramatically to the upside on this particular market. So I really like this move quite a bit, and I think it's done some very interesting things here as we move from the 102 up to the 117. So now that we've made this move on the big weekly, I feel like we need a good retracement, okay? So I'm going to be looking right around in this area, right around the 112, 111 area is where I'm going to be looking at for a good sized retracement. We don't see anything here on the weekly that really highlights that, but as we go down into the lower time frames, I feel good about getting a bounce back up to retest the 118 highs up here. Once we hit down right around the 112, I think price will come back up into that area. Okay, so we do have to get a little bit lower, I think, before price continues on to the upside. So looking for price to come back down low before it goes back higher. Looking at the daily time frame, I think this really gives us some better perspective as to the levels to be watching for. We've already bounced off of this blue zone here and also off of this level here. So I'm thinking that that 112 level, just based upon what I was seeing on the weekly level, is really pretty much the area to be looking for. So I'm looking for price to continue on to the downside here, and then getting the bounce to the upside off of somewhere right around in this zone here from the 111.33 down to the 110.27. Now, I know that this is probably going to take longer than a week, so for this week coming up here, I'm just looking for price to continue on down. We may get some oscillation back up to the upside before we hit the 111 area, but I'm looking for us to continue to the downside this coming week. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, as far as a little bit of support goes and resistance goes, I could see us coming back up to the 115 level. Possibly this would be a nice area for price to reload into, as it's an area of previous highs. If we bounce into this zone, and then we could bounce lower down into the 113, and slowly but surely work our way back down into the 112 zone. And you can see that at the 112.16 down to the 110.85, we have two zones here, one right on top of the other one, which really, in my mind, represents a lot of good support down there. And so I would be looking for price to hit into that area. Now, is this going to happen this week? Can't tell you that for sure, but that's what I'm looking to have happen overall, is for us to be making our way down into this region down here.